Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Before we go ahead, please like, share and subscribe to the channel so I can keep making such videos for you. What we have here today is the 16-inch Apple M1 Max silicon chip, 32 GB of memory with 500 GB of SSD, which is top of the line, and that is the Max chip, the M1 Max chip, not the Max Pro. So that's the top version that is available, and on the right we have the 13-inch 3.1 gigahertz dual core Intel i5, which is from 2017. So I'm here today to say what the big difference is between the Intel chip and the M1 chip, and how big the 16-inch MacBook Pro is, and if it's really worth it. So looking at the MacBooks, they pretty much look the same kind of a design, same rounded edges, same logo, yeah, very similar, and both of them are space gray. So they look pretty similar, but this one is a lot bigger. Even though we see on the video that it looks slightly bigger, but believe me, it's pretty big. Considering the bezels have reduced on the inside, this is pretty much the similar, if not looks bigger. It's very similar to the 17-inch MacBook Pro, which was the first one I had probably 12 years ago. And yep, looking at the ports, we have with the MacBook Pro, which is the 2017, I had the two Thunderbolt ports on the side and two Thunderbolt ports here, and one 3.5 mm jack. And with the Mac the Mac 16-inch, we have the MagSafe, and then we have the two Thunderbolts, and then we have a 3.5 mm jack, and we have a HDMI, and we have a Thunderbolt here, and we have a SD card reader. It's a welcome change that they have got back all of these ports after such a long time. I was really missing my 17-inch, which pretty much had everything. But we are now used to the modern laptops with just 1 and 2 USB ports, USB-C ports, and we are all carrying the dongle, but it's good to know it's there and you don't have to carry a dongle all the time. If you're trying to present something, you can just use the HDMI and it just works. Or we have a number of ports here. The MagSafe charges the laptop, so it doesn't take up another USB-C port for charging. So we are left with 3 ports and a HDMI and an SD card, which is really good. And yeah, who is the Mac M16 for? The Mac 16-inch for? The 16-inch, I'll just show you in a bit. So that's the 13-inch, and that's the 16-inch for you. Yep, so it's pretty big on screen. I'm not sure if it looks that big, but it's really nice. I love it because I'm used to this big 39-inch monitor all the time, and when I go out and try to work on the laptop, this one feels too tiny for me. And sometimes, yeah, after getting used to multiple screens, working on multiple screens, it takes a while. It takes a long time for me to work with a smaller screen, whereas this one I've been able to split the screen in two and keep doing like I usually do with the monitor. So that's a good thing for me. And what is gone is the touch bar is not there anymore with the M1 chip. and I don't miss it. I wasn't a big fan or wasn't using a lot of it, and the only thing I felt it did was take away a lot of battery. And the one thing I used there was the Touch ID, which is again here. The Touch ID is here too. So yeah, the Touch ID is here, so I'm not missing anything there. And the battery life on the Intel Max was pretty bad. I used to hardly get 4 or 5 hours out of it, but this one is just keeps going. I charge it once a day. It even goes past a day sometimes. 8 hours of work, I still keep using it, and I never have to charge it. Whereas this one, I have to always carry the charger with me. So those are all the positive things about the M1. You throw anything at it, it doesn't have any issues, and it just is really fast. There's no buffering whatsoever, and it's really quick for daily tasks. It can be used for gaming, which I don't, unfortunately, but for work and for editing videos and stuff, it's just super fast. There's no second thoughts about that. Now the downside, I would say, so who's the 16-inch for? A 16-inch is all great because of the size and the screen and the battery life. And if you look at the touchpad, it's pretty much, yeah, this one is the size of my iPhone. This is not a Max, this is a normal sized iPhone, whereas this one is, yeah, much bigger than that. So it's almost the size of my palm. So it's a pretty big touchpad. Anyone who's doing any video editing or photo editing and stuff, it's a really good touchpad. It's as big as the touchpad that comes externally with Apple. So it's great, but if you're carrying it around, that's when you feel the big difference. This is probably not even half the weight of this one. It's pretty heavy if you have to carry it around, and especially if you're putting it on your lap. I can't put it on the lap for more than 15-20 minutes. You already feel the weight. So if you're someone who's using it on a desk setup all the time and have to carry it only once a while, then I would recommend that. But otherwise, this 14-inch option, which is pretty much everything, which is pretty much similar spec, and which has got all the ports, would be the ideal choice. Unlike you're someone who prefers or is used to an external monitor all the time and is not able to work on smaller screens, then this is good. Yeah, like I said, if it's going to be 80% on the desk and 20% on the move, then go with the 16-inch. Or if you're a person who is using 50% on the desk and 50% on the move, then I would recommend going with the 14-inch. But having said that, it's way beyond what the Intel chips could do. I don't hear any fan noise with this. It doesn't heat up. The battery life is excellent. The screen looks great. The Touch ID just works in seconds. Yeah, you just put it on there. It doesn't even take any time. So it's all good. There's no complaints with the M1 chip. I don't know what the technology is behind that, but it's way beyond the Intel chip. So anyone who's used an Intel and not really happy about that, the M chips, the silicon chips are just great. Yeah, that's all for today. If you want me to test something else on the silicon chip, just let me know and I can do that. Please like, share and subscribe so I can keep making more videos like this for you. Thank you. That's all for today. Have a good day.